today I'm gonna test the new Tarte Full Coverage Amazonian Clay 16-Hour Foundation. And I figured, you know what? Might as well just do a full face of Tarte because they have so many long-wearing products, so many products that I enjoy, and so many products that I've never tested out before. So let's just begin with it because we have quite a bit of products to test and cover. Let's begin. Let's hydrate my lips. This is their Sugar Rush line. This is called their Best Bud Lip Butter Balm. And this retails for 15 bucks and it's only sold at Ulta. It's a little thick. It's not spreading as easily as I would want it to, and it's kind of annoying to get in there. You kind of have to use your fingernails. Ugh. Okay, it's fine. So I do want to test one of their primers that I've tested in the past years ago. This is their Timeless Smoothing Primer Base, $39. It's a Melton Smoothing Primer. Smoothing primer with an innovative blurring and filling technology. I'm gonna do it only on the right side, just because we really wanna see if it's gonna make a difference. I mean, you can see already a big difference that just this side is a little bit more even. It's very blurred and it has that soft focus finish, which is really nice. Like I said, this is the Amazonian Clay 16-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. $39 as well. It's a full coverage, a soft matte finish. It's not supposed to crease, it's not supposed to budge, and it's supposed to be 16 hours of wear. So we're definitely gonna test this foundation out today. And I did pick up the Buffer Airbrush Finish Bamboo Foundation Brush. This cost $34. I also picked up their blending sponge for $16, and this feels really nice. Just gonna take some on the back of my hand. Look at that consistency. Like, this is thick stuff. And I'm gonna start first with the non-primer side. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. This foundation, it's not blending super smooth and even. You kind of have to put a little bit elbow grease in there. It's having a really hard time blending in. I don't know if you can see that. Otherwise, this looks weird right here. Wow, I'm like really forcing this product into the skin. Personally, it looks better without the primer. On the primer side, I feel like it's sticking to where I applied the primer and it's kind of exaggerating that area. But I feel like the pores look really nice right here. But right here, I kind of see a tiny difference up close. It's a little more blurred right here. For brows, we have two products. We have the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Pencil in shade Taupe. Has a nice dual application system. You have the spoolie on one side and then the retractable pencil on the other. And it looks pretty micro, so that's really good. So hopefully we can be precise with this. And then the second product is this right here. This is their Busy Gal Brows Double Duty Beauty. This retails for $18, and this is a tinted brow gel. I picked up shade Ash Blonde, I believe. Yes, let's play with it and see how it works. Let me test this color out right here. See what this looks like. Hopefully it's a good neutral for my brows. It's definitely a lot lighter than my natural brow hairs. So I do have another shade. I got medium brown as well, just in case. Oh yeah, this is so much darker. So I think I might actually go with this, maybe like for most of my brow hairs, and then use the taupe in the front. It's quite pigmented depending how much pressure you apply to the pencil, but it definitely has that waxy formula. This wand is kind of flimsy and it's adding warmth instead of kind of neutralizing the brows. I feel like you're only doing like the surface level hairs, but the ones underneath that are stubborn, you can't really dig in there. For concealers, I have two of their formulas that are extremely high sellers. So the first one is the Shape Tape Concealer. I have one shade, 12N Fair Neutral, and this right here retails for $29 US, and this is only sold at Ulta. And then recently they came out with this new one. This right here is the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. This right here is also $29 and also only sold at Ulta Beauty. And so what's new about this, it's formulated with a built-in eye cream for 24-hour moisturization. Let's take the original on the right side and let's take the creamy on the left. Place a little dot right here, right here. And I personally, when this first came out years ago, I found that this concealer was so drying under the eyes, even no matter how I prepped my under eye area, it just always looked so bad and so dry and so aged. So I'm not the biggest fan of this concealer, to be honest with you. Let's go with the creamy version. Whoa, this one's a lot lighter. I feel like with both concealers, you really kind of have to blend them in. You can really work them in. But I feel like this one's definitely looking a little bit more natural. Wow, okay, actually that blended in really nice. I feel like I need to go with the darker shade because that was a little bit too light. So for powder, this is the Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Pressed Finishing Powder. It's translucent, retails for $35. So I'm only going to powder right underneath the eyes. And I am going to take same concealers on both eyes just a little bit to use as a primer and also conceal the discoloration. This eyeshadow palette right here is one of their newer launches. This right here is the Tartelette Juicy eyeshadow palette. Retails for $39. You guys know my love for the Tartelette in Bloom palette. Let me just quickly show you the palette difference in shades. So the Tartelette in Bloom is definitely a lot more cool toned, a lot more neutral. This right here is definitely a little bit more warmer. It has more rosy tones, red tones, but I figured we'll play with some shades in here. I'm not gonna play with all of them. Let me just quickly swatch every row for you guys. We'll do this first, second, and third. This is the first row from left to right: Paradise, Rose, Orchid, and Dream Chaser. From left to right, we have Blossom, Shine, Petal, and Luscious. From left to right, we have Reflect, Happiness, Dusk, Euphoric. I'm gonna take first shade Orchid. I kind of want to place it right here in the inner corner. I think next I'm gonna take this shade right here, Dusk, and kind of work that in the most outer corner right here. Then we're gonna take Dream Chaser, and I want to apply, like I said, a 3/4 of the way in. I want to see what that's gonna look like. For eyeliner, this is their Double Take 2-in-1 eyeliner. You have a liquid and a gel formula. One side you have a nice liquid pencil with a fill tip, and then this right here you have a retractable gel eyeliner. This right here retails for $24, and I have shade Black, and they also have brown. Should I do the gel or the liquid? Let's do the liquid. Why not? It's gliding on really smooth. It's very, very opaque, extremely dark, and it's drying down really fast, and it's drying down matte. I'm gonna take the Happiness shade right here on a tiny little brush and kind of just work that right there. And I'm gonna take Blossom, and I'm gonna bring that all the way into the inner corner. And then we're gonna take Reflect and put that in the inner corner and bring it a little bit underneath the lower lash line. And then in the lower lash line, I'm gonna take their Fake Awake eyeliner in shade, it's just their highlight pencil. I think it's the only shade I see online, and it's $20. All right, let's curl my lashes. I actually picked up their Man-Eater Lifting Lash Curler for $18, and it's only at Ulta. I'm gonna do the primer just on the right side. It's white, it's not super thick, let it get tacky. And this right here is the mascara. This is the Tarte, the Man-Eater mascara. $23. It has crazy good reviews. So this right here, it's a lengthening, curling, and a volumizing mascara. It's supposed to lift your lashes at the root, style, and then fan them out to create like a really amped volume look. And the wand is pretty structured. It's not bendy at all. It's very black. Seems like it's separating the lashes pretty well, but it is clumping the lashes. With the primer, it kind of helps separate the lashes in a way. Like this side looks a little bit more wispy. I think this is a good mascara for those that want volume and drama. Cool. Just got mascara on my shirt. Let's move on to the face. The Tarte Cream Bronzer. I've been looking forward to trying this product out for so long. It retails for $29. This is a vegan, waterproof, buildable cream bronzer that applies effortlessly for the perfect just back from the beach glow. I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty. I love this brush for cream bronzers, cream anything. It's very soft and really creamy, like super easy to blend. And then I have their cream blush, Breezy Cream Blush in shade Pink Sky. This right here is a soft pink, and this retails for $27. It's a weightless cream blush, and it has a natural finish. Okay, it's nice. Also very soft, very creamy, super blendable. I am going to set the bronzer and the blush with powder products. This right here is their Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer in shade Park Avenue Princess. This retails for $30. This one has a bit of a sheen to it. And then for blush, this is their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in shade Captivating. This right here, I feel like is just such a beautiful shade that's flattering for so many people. It's like right between peach and rosy and pink. It's like, it's a really beautiful neutral shade to like top over anything and everything. And I do find them to be really long wearing. And then last but not least, we have their highlighter. This is their Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Highlighter in shade Exposed Highlight. This is my other favorite everyday shade from Tarte. This is in Party. This is such a beautiful shade. For lip products, they had very limited amount of lip products and lip shades at Ulta and Sephora. So I actually picked up 2 shades of their lippy lingerie. Retails for $24. I picked up shade Whisper, which looks really beautiful. Very kind of more muted, darker, rosy mauve shade. It's like a rosy beige. It's really beautiful. It has a little bit of minty scent. And then this one right here is called Pure. And then I also picked up their Man Eater Plumping Gloss. And this right here retails for $19. And I picked up shade Buff. And then I also picked up their Quench Lip Rescue. This right here retails for $19. I picked up 2 shades, Coral and Nude. Not gonna use these because there's not much color. So which color should I do out of these 2, babe? This Whisper one? All right, so this right here I'm really excited about. This is the Tarte C Set and Protect Mineral Powder Sunscreen with SPF of 30 for easy protection that also sets makeup for up to 12 hours. This retails for $28 and it is translucent. I'm excited for this. And then I'm going to set my face using their Maracuja Miracle Mist setting spray. It sets makeup for up to 16 hours. So we have 12 hours and then 16 hours, and this spray is really nice and fine. The setting spray retails for $23. All right, let's quickly set my face using this right here. And then last but not least, let's spray my face. Now that the makeup is on, I am really liking how it all came together. It's a little heavy because of the foundation and the primer on this side right here, but I'm really liking how everything is really glowy, everything is bronzy. The eyeshadow is actually pretty nice. I like that I smoked the lower lash line just a tad to kind of bring a little bit more emphasis to the lower lash line and just to my eyes in general. But let's go on with our day. Like I said, I can't forget my SPF, my lip color. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll see how the makeup is wearing. All right, so this is what we're looking like at the very end of the day. I did do a little check-in with just showing my face. I didn't do any talking. I just really wanted to see what I looked like after dinner. We were outside. It was a little muggy. It was actually really nice today, kind of cooled off, but it was quite muggy. This makeup did really good for 7-8 hours. And then after 7-8 hours, this is what we're looking like. The eyeshadow is looking really bad. It looked pretty good when I checked in. You could kind of see the creasing starting and you could see the eyeshadow starting to slightly disappear, but it wasn't this bad. Honestly, the face complexion, it doesn't look horrible. It looks pretty even throughout. I'm losing a little bit of coverage right here, but that's kind of where, you know, I was kind of doing this a lot today. The cheeks are still there. I really think you can still see the blush. You can still see the bronzer. I'm not seeing as much of the bronzer though. That's what I'm surprised about. The eyeliner is actually still there. It looks really good. I was trying to look up close and it looks like it has cracked a little bit right there where the eyeshadow cracked. But otherwise, I'm really impressed with the longevity of the eyeliner. The lower lash line, you can see the mascara has transferred, but it's actually not as bad as I was anticipating. Eyeshadow doesn't look good, but I did not prime. I just used the concealer, but like I said, that concealer I'm not a fan of. And then even this newer formula, it's not bad, but you can definitely see that it creased. So overall, Tarte, it does have really good products. I think I'm just not a fan of everything. I did really enjoy, from what I haven't tested out, was I really liked the cream bronzer. You guys saw it's really pigmented, super easy to blend. The next thing I would definitely say, look into eyeshadows, but just wear a really nice eyeshadow primer underneath if your eyelids do tend to crease your eyeshadow. What else? Definitely the mascara. If you're into like a really dramatic lengthening, volumizing mascara. I think you'll really enjoy this. Yes, it has transferred a little bit, but you can see it's not bad at all. Like, I am really, really impressed, honestly. The next thing I am really disappointed with is the foundation. From the get-go, just the way it was applying, it's so thick. It doesn't spread well. It doesn't blend in well. It was so hard to work with, and I used 2 different methods. I used the brush that they recommend to use, and then I used their own dampened beauty sponge. And just something with this foundation, it's way too heavy. Even just using the lightest hand, I feel like all my fine lines are really pronounced. My pores, so just like in general, I'm not really a fan of this foundation, especially for days that are hot, that are humid, that you're gonna be outside sweating, you know. And then I think the other thing that really disappointed me, even though it had really good reviews, was this eyebrow gel. I don't like this. It's very hard to work with. This little spoolie, it has like no hold, it has no strength to go into those tiny little hairs, even though it's super tiny and precise of a little spoolie, but it did nothing for my brows. It made my brows look worse, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna leave it here, you guys. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.